Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got a game between Valour and EGIdrA. So EGIdrA is obviously a very well known player. Valour you may have heard of. I think I've cast one of his games before. I'm actually sure I have. So it is a ladder game and Valour is a Master Leagues player. Obviously EGIdrA is a very well known pro player as well. So could be quite interesting to see how this turns out. It's a good map. I mean, naturals can be a bit hard to defend, but a very narrow ramp. It can actually be blocked off with one queen, I believe, from Hellions, but the third base is a bit of a pain to take. I mean, you can get it quite easily, but unless you take these rocks out, it can be difficult to defend it and your natural base, so that could be an issue for EGIdrA if the game does go on that long. For the Terran player, I mean, you've got a very easy to defend third base really, because these rocks can come out very well for the Terran player quite easily and early on. And likewise, it's not too bad. You can get some tanks sieged up in the middle here and pretty much defend everything, so should be fun to watch. Drop play is also an option here because you do have this kind of gap area here. You can drop up into the main, onto the low ground main. Also, drop play between the third and the main is really interesting, and you can do a lot with that as a Terran player, and I mean, possibly also as a Zerg player, but generally Terran do drop more than Zerg. So, one gas is coming down straight away here for Valour. Now, one gas says either Reactor Hellions or Reapers, so most likely be Reactor Hellions because that is the go-to build. Meanwhile, EGIdrA is looking like he wants to be going for a hatch first build, although Valour is going to be blocking that, so I mean, at the moment it's just an SCV, but obviously there is the option to drop something down there. EGIdrA choosing to go for the pull first build. Now, again, I'm not quite sure why he's going for that. I mean, the engineering bay is actually going to come and block this off, so it's probably why he's going for that pull first. And I'm guessing it's because he just saw that there was that SCV there and didn't want the hassle of trying to get the hatch down when this was always an option. So, good decision making by EGIdrA there. And, I mean, it will delay that hatch, and delaying that natural base can be a very good move. This drone has got in though, and we'll see the one gas is down, so EGIdrA can now prepare for Reactor Hellions, which is the most likely thing to come from this kind of opening. So, meanwhile, the orbital command is getting morphed in, and just a barracks. That's all there is, so a couple of SCVs coming out. Didn't actually finish this engineering base, so there probably will be a cancel off, which obviously saves the minerals, and there's no way that drone can eat through it all before those 4 Zerglings come out, so massively delaying this expansion. I mean, EGIdrA already on 21 supply, and still no natural base out, so obviously the longer you leave it without actually getting that down, the better it is, because not only does it hurt the Zerg players' income, it also hurts their basically ability to produce units or workers. So there goes the cancel, so it costs basically nothing, and the hatch comes down immediately. But obviously that delay is very effective. Here comes the factory along with the reactors, so Reactor Hellions are going to be the go-to build. Now, this, even if this supply depot goes off, it is scoutable. You will see that there is that reactor there and the factory, so it's not like Valour's trying to hide it or anything. It's going to be very obvious to EGIdrA what is coming down. A bunker there as well, so just playing very defensively. I don't actually personally think that bunker's needed. I don't think Valour's seen anything that would suggest a Baneling bust is on the way, and even if there was, it's still weak that side, so a bit of a curious choice of putting a bunker down, but we'll wait and see what Valour does with this. Meanwhile, he is getting out a second barracks behind this, so it doesn't look like there's any intention to expand anytime soon. Meanwhile, EGIdrA has got Zergling speed on the way and has pulled all of his drones out of the gas geyser now, and that will allow him to basically get his economy really going well. I mean, look at the number of drones here, already oversaturated, so we'll be able to transfer to half saturation as natural straight away, and here we go. Perfect drone counting, just got one short there, but obviously that's being built, and then it will have complete mineral saturation. Meanwhile, gonna have very good saturation down here as well. Has got a spine crawler on the way at the top of the ramp, so that will defend against the Hellions. Now Stim is on its way as well now, and double tech labs are down, so this is going to be a Hellion Marauder push, and probably a Hellion Marauder all in. That is pretty much what you do in this sort of build. EGIdrA has got this overlord position quite nicely just to see if there is going to be anything coming in there. It will show the expansion, but only just, so I mean, basically you can just catch a little bit of what's being produced from there. Meanwhile, Valour has got supply blocked, and that's not really something you want to be happening. These Hellions are just checking the watchtower, just seeing if he has got map control, because obviously with map control, EGIdrA will have no idea this push is coming. He really needs to know it's coming in order to prepare. Hellion Marauder push is extremely difficult to defend unless you specifically go for it. It's, in my opinion, one of the hardest all-ins for a Zerg player to defend, purely because you just need a lot of spines, you need a lot of everything. And these Hellions are going to get straight in, and we'll just kind of snipe a few things. One Hellion does go down. Now, it's really important Valour doesn't lose anything here, because if he does, it will make his push so much less effective. Cancel Force on that Evolution Chamber as well, and these Hellions are just keeping EGIdrA confined to his base, so he won't know what's going on. This Overlord has come in now, and has seen that there's no expansion, and that will ring alarm bells for EGIdrA. But he won't know exactly what's coming until it's really too late for him at this stage, because there's a lot of Hellions out on the field, there's already a lot of Marauders out, Concussive Shell is on its way, Stim is going to be done as well for this push, so this could be very, very strong. A Spore Crawler, EGIdrA has automatically built Spore Crawlers, assuming it's going to be a Banshee push, and I love the positioning of these barracks because they're just so far away, and Valour is already moving out, and I mean, once he starts going, it's just not going to be able to scout this in time. He's seen all these SCVs being pulled, and I mean, that's going to say it all. If all the SCVs are being pulled, then it's a complete all-in. EGIdRA's response, though, is going to be a bit delayed. He has got 1-1 on the way, but he's just built a basically wave of drones, and I mean, once he's built those, he's got a lot of problems. He is now building a Spine Crawler straight away, moving that Spore Crawler forward, but it's not going to come in time. He's got 12 Zerglings on the way, but this is pretty much all over. I don't think EGIdRA is going to be able to hold this. He's building spines as quickly as he can, building a lot of them, but look at all of those Marauders. Stim is done, Concussive Shell is done, those Queens just dying so quickly, everything is going down. The SCV is being incredibly effective at soaking up some damage from the Zerglings, preventing the surround. But, I mean, this is pretty much over. There is literally nothing to defend this. The Zerglings are just coming out, and EGIdRA doesn't even GG. He just leaves. So, yeah, I mean, it was a very, very cheesy game. I mean, I say cheesy, it was a all-in. But still, an all-in can be very effective, and it just shows even some of the best players, such as EGIdRA, can get taken out by them. And it just shows the importance of that early game scouting. If you don't know what's going on, if you don't see an expansion out relatively soon, you have to react to it, otherwise you're going to lose, just as EGIdRA did there. So, if you did enjoy that game, it was just a kind of quick fun one, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me on Twitter, and also check out GameReplays.org and their StarCraft 2 portal, which I am one of their featured commentators on there, so give that a look. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.